Tour.
Hello everyone, hope we're all doing well. Hope you've all recovered from yesterday. I'm still in recovery, but I mean, we move on. It was Stamford Bridge after all. So I'm just going to be sitting here for 5 minutes talking about the whole saga surrounding Adama Traore and his possible transfer to Tottenham. A transfer which, actually, if you want to be really pedantic about it, he's been trying to get done for 6 months because we were after him in the summer as well. But of course, Levy being Levy, had to drag it out. Had to, like he had to just be himself, unfortunately. And because of him, we're stuck in the situation where we might just have one player in this whole transfer window, and it might be this man. So, in all honesty, to give my full thoughts on it, I'm not very happy with it. I'm actually disappointed, but not because of the transfer himself, not even because of the player we're bringing in, but because of the players who we were linked with at the start of the window and who we were hoping to get in particularly the likes of Vlahovic and Kessié. Like, I mean, if you lined up those three players, Adama Traore, Kessié, and Dusan Vlahovic, and basically said to any Tottenham fan, pick like maximum two of these players that you can choose. I think we all know which two we'd go for. And it wouldn't be a hulky man from Wolves. I mean, in fairness, now that I think of it, us buying from Wolves hasn't worked brilliantly for us in the past, especially the recent past. I mean, I can think of 2 instances where it hasn't worked out at all. So, but you know what? I don't think Adama Traore is that bad of a player. And if he does come in, he can improve the squad, but only because Antonio Conte is there. If anyone else was there, then I'd say, no, this is a wasted transfer. But Conte can work his magic on him, make him better, and actually make him have a thing called end product. Something which he's clearly never heard of. Because like in 160 appearances in the Premier League, he's gotten 8 goals. I mean, that's just not good enough. But like on the flip side of that, you could argue that, he's a playmaker. He's a right wing back. His job isn't to score goals. His job is to create goals or to help in the creation of goals. And he's not a bad playmaker. In fact, if anything, he's quite good. But he's not a complete player. I mean, Kessié is more of a complete midfielder, and Vlahovic would have been an excellent backup to Harry Kane or a partner to Harry Kane. I mean, we need quality players. We need players to help out with the depth problem we have in the squad. Bringing in one player, no matter who it isn't going to solve that. I mean, whether overnight or at all, it's not going to solve it at all. Adama Traore, one thing he definitely has going for him is his strength. Like, he can throw players into the middle of next week, and I have to admit that would be so entertaining to watch on the pitch. But I mean, ifs, buts, maybes. I mean, that's still the case. It's 24th of January now. There's like 7 days to go until the end of the window, a straight week, and we still haven't gotten this deal over the line. A deal which Daniel Levy and the board, and even Fabio Paratici, but I mean, you all know my opinions on Paratici and how he's being held back by Levy. They were trying to do this in the summer, yeah? And because of their tightness, they were like, no. Oh no, we want to pay this much. We want on this, we want that. I mean, just pay the money. And they just pay the money and get it over with, and that'll give us time to buy more players. I don't know how they can't see this. Or maybe they can see it and they just don't care. Either way, it looks like, I mean, for most sources, that the deal is nearly done. Thank God. It's nearly finalised because, I mean, this window alone has taken 3 weeks now to get this over the line. So I just want it over the line and done with. I mean, yes, there's the argument that he's just coming in just to play a backup role to Royale and even Matt Doherty, because like recently he started to improve. But in all honesty, I wouldn't put him over Matt Doherty. I'd put him maybe for now as a backup to Royale, but then ease him into the squad so he eventually becomes a first team player. Because if he becomes a first team player, I mean, then we can safely say for definite that that's not a wasted transfer. That was, I'm not going to say money well spent because, it's Daniel Levy who's spending the money, but it's money, semi well spent, because like at least he'd be starting and putting in solid performances. I mean, if he comes in, that's all I want from him, just solid, decent performances, putting his heart on the line and using that brute strength he has, to the team's advantage. That's what we want from these transfers, to improve the squad in any shape or form. Because right now, with the squad we have, we cannot challenge for top 4. Top 6, yeah, no bother at all. I mean, yeah, Europa League, no bother. I believe we can at least, get get into that competition. But Champions League is, I mean, it's a stretch. I mean, we saw yesterday what happens when we try and go up against a top 4 club or even a top 3 club. Like we fall apart. I know it was at Stamford Bridge, but at the same time, we just don't have the players to match at those squads. So we need to buy players, but I mean, who knows? Adama Traore could be the starting point of something of us actually getting these players in the summer. But I mean, one player from an average team to last us until the summer, to the end of the season, basically. I'm not really. I mean, yeah, I'm not. I'm not full of confidence for that one. But look, we're just going to have to see what happens, and we're going to have to see if this deal gets over the line in the first place. Because if it doesn't, and it turns out we get no players at all in this window, then the fans will go mental. I mean, that's all I'm saying. On that. So, thanks for listening, and see you soon.